Hey crazies, it's Dino the Handyman in the Handyman zone. Today we're dealing with a beaded chain on a pull blind. Beaded chain, like this. And what happened was the old one snapped. Unfortunately, my friends, I have bad news for you. Unless you own a beaded chain tool, you're not going to be able to replace the link in this beaded chain. This beaded chain tool I have in my hand is a 5/16 beaded chain tool. This being 5/16 inch beaded chain. This being the little link that we need to put it back together. I'll get you a good shot on that. And the beaded chain tool, custom made, $150 off the internet. Do a Google search. What can I tell you? You gotta buy the tool. There's no other way to do it. Now I'm going to take you over and show you a couple of details about this, and then we're going to get going to fix it. Once you got the tool and the little beaded chain links, it's really not that difficult of a job, except you need like 4 hands to do it, okay? So here's a little detail shot of the beaded chain tool. You can see there's 2 chucks in the jaw here. One is for compressing the replacement links, and one is for opening the replacement links. The one with the little pin is for opening. The one that's like a cup is for crimping them and closing them. Now, if you notice, here is a nice shot of the replacement links. They come open like a clamshell. It makes a perfect beaded chain ball. From the open one to the beaded chain ball after it's compressed. Okay, this is the broken chain that we're going to be repairing. It broke right here. What we're going to do is take this one off with our beaded chain tool, and then we will have with the post part of the beaded chain tool, like so. Okay, so I slip it in the front there. Okay, and the post goes in there and it opens it up. And I'll be able to slip it off. Okay, so now we have two of the links sticking out, the straight links. And the whole trick to this is to get those 2 links into the open beaded chain link and then compress it with our beaded chain tool. Like I said, you need 3 or 4 hands to do this. Is synchronize where these stops are to where the position of the blind is. And if we have to move the blind up or down to get these stops in the right position, so in other words, we don't want it so that you'll be like closing the blind and the stop will hit and the blind will be like halfway closed. Okay, we want it like fully open and then a stop hitting. And then we want it fully extended and then the other stop hitting. Okay, a lot of green in the shot today. Here is our, here is where the beaded chain goes. So we're gonna have to slip the beaded chain in here. You can see it's keyed for the beaded chain to fit in, and you can either use a screwdriver or your finger here to manipulate up or down so we can get those stops in the right position. Pulling on the back chain is going to raise our blind. So okay, so the way I figure it, if pulling on the back one raises the blind, then synchronizing our stops, I would think that this end, which has the most of the length of it, is actually our front end. So to catch the cogs in the wheel, okay, see how I'm doing that? And I'm going to bring it out the back. I'm going to give myself a couple of feet to to work with here. Using the top of the ladder as a workspace. Because what I did was take one link off because the little chain link, the straight wire link, didn't really have a good mushroom end on it for re-crimping. Maybe on the other one too. I'm going to take off one. Okay, so we got good mushroom tips on our That's the one I just crimped on there, where my, right above my thumbnail. That's the one I just crimped on. And I crimped it in a couple of different rotations, 3 or 4 times. Paying attention to our stops. Okay, see, now that's all the way up and that stop is just engaging. So here's our stop. And as we go all the way up, our stop engages. And the blind is all the way up. Let's take it down the other way and watch the other stop. Here's the other stop. And as that engages, our blind is basically closed. So that's good. Now I can move this. Stop down. I can open it up and I can move it down a couple of notches because I did shorten the chain. I've done this a bunch of times before and it always takes me a bunch of tries, but 6, 7, 8, so I guess on the 9th one I actually did it. And you got to deal with it. You need 3 hands or a helper. And just to give you guys a little hint without mentioning any names, this is where I got this from. And thanks for stopping in the Handyman Zone, my friends. And rate the video, comment, share on social media, just with all those little buttons below and those boxes. Fill them in, because it really helps me out with this YouTube gig. And subscribe to my channel, because I'm bringing you like at least bi-weekly, if not weekly, handyman videos, home repair, product reviews, and they're all good reasons to sub to my channel. See you later, my crazy friends.